Right, 20 June 2021, and today I've got some stunning breaking news, and it's coming from a newspaper called the City Press. So normally I do this when there's really a big story happening, and this story is going to have massive implications. I've said it before that when these stories do come up, they have massive implications. And I suspect this is also connected to the dismissal of the Malawi embassy officials last week. So as you can see, Bushiri escapes SA again. Bushiri escapes SA again. According to the City Press, Shepherd Bushiri, who is a fugitive from South Africa, so he ran away with his wife, Mary, and they went to Malawi. They are facing charges here in South Africa. But according to the City Press, Bushiri has been in South Africa at least 3 times since he escaped South Africa. So that means Bushiri has come back to South Africa and he has gone back home. An informant has told the South African state security agencies. And at one point, so the first time they didn't know about it, the second time they were informed, and the third time they actually went to Bushiri and cordoned off his complex with 30 cars. But Bushiri managed to escape. So according to the City Press, the informant told them that Bushiri was at his house in Four Ways. Four Ways is just about 10 to 15 kilometers from Santon. And the people who were the security agencies went to his house, which is in Four Ways in a complex, and they established that he was in the house. However, they were not checking cars that were going out. So Bushiri managed to use an Uber to escape. So he hired 2 Uber cars. The first Uber left with bodyguards. And then the bodyguards told the Bushiri, who was still in the house, that the state security agencies were not checking cars that were going out. So Bushiri then used the second car, which helped him to get out, the second Uber. The reason why the security agents who were there did not check the Ubers is because the Uber told the security guards at the gate that they were going to a wrong number. So this was a very smart escape by Bushiri. But the most damaging accusation here in this newspaper. So I said this is a top story today in the City Press newspaper. The most damaging piece of information here is that members of cabinet. So I want to read it the way they wrote here. Both the Hawks and the state security agents are said to have been made aware of his presence, and the information had reached cabinet. Well-placed sources said the last time Bushiri was in the country was in early April. It is alleged that he entered the country by land the same way he escaped last year. This is shocking news. The cabinet of South Africa may have been totally compromised by Bushiri or someone in the cabinet. I said this before. The newspaper has made allegations before about who could be compromised in the cabinet of South Africa. And as I said, the diplomats of Malawi, they were all dismissed from South Africa. They were fired. They were thrown out a week ago. This story is big, and the state security agencies of South Africa totally embarrassed by this Bushiri. And for Bushiri to make this move to come into South Africa, he must be very, very desperate to come here. There must be something that he's coming for. And to bring his wife means that whatever he's coming for requires his wife to be in here, to be in South Africa. And to speculate, I would say what this means is that Bushiri and his wife, they probably have a false identity with assets. For example, a false bank account with assets under a different name, with a different ID. So they would need to come here, and if that false identity is under the name of the wife, then she will have to be here. Or they've got something that they kept in a safe at a bank or at a safe house, which only the wife knows, which she requires to be in here in South Africa so that she can also be there and take whatever they have. So the fact that Bushiri is coming here, it's desperation, and the fact that he's bringing his wife, it means that the wife needs to be here. And my bet is that it's a false identity. There is a false identity somewhere. Bushiri must be having another name. And that name, his wife must also be having that false name, and they need to be here to withdraw money from a bank. I think this is to do with money. And as I said, go and buy the City Press. It's a very, very big story in South Africa today. Let's do this right. Bushiri escapes SA again. So I find this odd and strange. And I think, let me end here. This is stunning. And I don't think Bushiri came here by road. I think he flew in and out. I think someone quite big in South Africa is flying Bushiri in and out of this country. But all this is about to come to an end, especially given that the diplomats were thrown out. This is linked. It was not about alcohol. I think it was something to do with this Bushiri case. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your Father's Day. So it's happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I would like to acknowledge my brother here from Church Reality Check. Please go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. We are living very, very interesting times here in South Africa. Corruption at the very top of the government. And Bushiri walking in and out of South Africa like he's walking out of his backyard. Thank you very much, and we'll talk again in the evening.
Kuno, abo, bano.